Hello. Happy Monday. I have a Christmas tree. We're in the spirit, okay? Holiday spirit. Activate.
I do not have such a tree.
I got enough spirit for you, Mock, okay? All right, a couple of housekeeping items. First of all, it is housekeeping. Good morning, housekeeping. It is National Chicks on the Right Day, you guys. All right. I hope you're celebrating. Hope you got big plans today. Because it is
Kay remembered. Kay in our audience remembered. She said, "Happy National Chicks on the Right Day," and I could not believe that somebody remembered. That is amazing.
Cannot even believe that somebody remembered, because we were talking about how only when we were on the radio did people remember, and it was kind
sometimes we would get flowers and donuts.
I know, it was crazy. That was back in the day. God, so
and the only reason it's National Chicks on the Right Day is because we used to do like a little bit, I guess, on the radio of like what day it was. And it was like, National Hot Dog Day or whatever. And we were like, how come everything has a day and why can't we have a day? And then we decided we can, and we just made it.
we just made it November 3rd. November 3rd is Chicks on the Right Day. So just, put it on your calendars, and maybe next year everybody will remember. Okay.
That's right. And then you can appropriately gift us with flowers and donuts.
Mostly donuts. Mostly
donuts.
Also, just a reminder, we are still having a meet and greet in April. That's happening. We won't be selling tickets probably until like the second or third week of December, because, there's been some stuff happening in our lives.
I just can't. I can't.
We're not dealing with
it yet.
We're just not focusing on it until after Thanksgiving. Okay. We just need this month. We just need to get through this month. All right. We just need to get through it. And then in December, we'll deal with that. All right. And so that's going to be happening. Just, I know, because people have been asking about that and talking about it, but we'll get there. We just need to get through November. Okay. And we need to have some turkey at the end of the month and some Prosecco and just get through it. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, let's get to some things and some stuff. And I guess congratulations are in order for Thomas Massie, who announced that he has gotten remarried. Now, you may recall that his wife, Rhonda, died suddenly in June of 2024. So about a year and a half ago. They had 4 kids together. They have all kinds of grandkids. And now he is
all right.
married.
I'm going to say it. All right. If you showed me this picture, if you just said, "Hey, Daisy, look at this picture," I would have been like, "Oh, did his daughter get married?" I'm just going to say it. You guys were thinking it. I'm saying it. Okay.
I have a little bit of ick over this. Got a little ick. I got to say.
Beautiful girl. They've worked together for like 10 years. So, I mean, she worked for Rand Paul. I say they worked together. I think she worked for Rand Paul. So they've known each other for 10 years.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just, it's fine.
Good luck with all that. And it's congrats.
Listen, I love men. I love me some men. Okay. Because I'm married to one. We have one. I love being around men. We work with a lot of men. But there's just kind of can they just like maybe be alone for a little while before they, you know what I mean? Like take a beat. Maybe take a beat.
Right. That's right. All. It does seem a little fast.
But whatever. Maybe they've known each other. Maybe they've known each other a long time. It just felt right. And
okay. I have a little bit of ick, and I'm not, I own it. I'm just admitting it, and that's that.
Happy
all right,
marriage.
moving on.
There we go. Okay.
Yes. Happy day to you.
Yes. Okay.
Last night, Trump was on 60 Minutes with Norah O'Donnell, who has grown her hair out, and she looks very, very pretty, I will say. I'm not a fan of her journalisming, obviously, but she looked very, very pretty. And we've got just a couple clips to share from that episode. You can actually watch the entire unedited interview. Trump's team has posted that. And obviously is it CBS 60 Minutes? Yes, I think it's CBS. Their version was half hour. And so it was heavily edited. You could see the breaks. It was very obviously edited.
Wait, so their version of 60 Minutes is a half hour? Is that what you just said?
Well, no. I'm saying that 60 Minutes cut down the interview with Trump, so it was only a half an hour.
Okay.
When they aired it.
Okay.
But it was actually much longer than that in real life.
I was like, okay, that would make a lot of sense for the mainstream media if they made a show called 60 Minutes a half hour.
No, just his interview was a half an hour. But one of the questions that they asked, and this is the first little clip that we have from it, obviously you should go watch the whole thing when you have a second, is about the shutdown. And here is how he answered that question.
First day of the government shutdown. We are now approaching the longest shutdown in American history.
Democrats' fault. They keep voting. I mean, the Republicans are voting almost unanimously to end it, and the Democrats keep voting against ending it. You know, they've never had this. This has happened like 18 times before. The Democrats always voted for an extension, always saying, give us an extension, we'll work it out. They've lost their way. They've become crazy lunatics.
It's true. I mean, he's not lying. It's true.
He's not lying.
He's just saying the things. He's the guy to do this too, because he knows how to negotiate. He's going to hold the line. He's going to try to hold the line, at least attempt to. These people we are dealing with lunatics.
Yeah. I mean, he's still pushing, and he did push in the interview last night, this whole nuclear option idea. And she told him straight up, she was like, Senator Thune is saying no. And he was like, well, that sucks, essentially, was his answer to that. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it should happen. But he is just really, really anxious for this all to be over, as we all are. I mean, it sucks, right?
Totally.
It absolutely
it
sucks.
It does suck.
It's just like a self-inflicted disaster, and we already have like enough natural disasters to deal with, which, by the way, if you're not ready for that, you can be with Readywise.
Yeah, because it's hurricane season, crazy weather season. The grid could go down. You in danger, girl. It's fall, and fall brings like all the tropical storms, and especially where Mock lives. Sorry, Mock. But,
it's been okay.
It's been all right. But I always worry about power outages and flooding and all of the stuff around, just everything around here and all the I don't know, we get like ice storms here too, where the grid could go down during an ice, because of course it's not like super cold in Texas, but the ice storms, people are not prepared for that. And just the grid going down. So winter and just all the stuff around here, it just brings on its own little, different set of challenges. So you need to be prepared. You can build a disaster supply kit with Readywise. They have a 72-hour emergency food kit. And it's all, balanced, freeze dried. You just need a little bit of water. It lasts up to 25 years. They're about 2,000 calories per day for the meals. And it keeps your family nourished during all the emergencies. They also have a 1-month food supply bundle, which is fantastic. Everything is in like airtight containers. You can just put them in wherever, in your garage or wherever, in your basement, attic, wherever. We have a little shelter out in our garage that's like
a panic room,
a little panic room that's like bolted it's a storm shelter basically, because the tornadoes around here, you just never know. So be ready for whatever is brought to your doorstep. Okay. Visit readywise.com. Use code CHICKS10 for 10% off your order. You can build your emergency food supply today with them. Keep your family safe. That's readywise.com for 10% off. Do it.
Do it. So another question from Norah O'Donnell was about the tactics that law enforcement, that ICE uses to deal with some of the criminal illegals in the country. And Trump was like, not at all backing down on how they operate. And I love that. Here is a little clip about that.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough, because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals.
Is it your intent to deport people who do not have a criminal record?
We have to start off with a policy, and the policy has to be, you came into the country illegally, you're going to go out. However, you've also seen, you're going to go out, we're going to work with you, and you're going to come back into our country legally.
We offered these people $1,000 to leave, which is I think that's super nice. Don't you guys think that's really nice? And I mean, and they're complaining about that. Listen, if they didn't put up a fight, if they didn't have liberals being so combative about this, a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen. I voted for this. GTFO.
Totally.
You came 100%. In here illegally. Bye. We're actually being so benevolent by offering you $1,000 to leave. And so if you decide not to leave and you're illegal and you're still here, well, FAFO.
Exactly. I don't have a single solitary problem with any of it.
Not a shred.
Even a little bit. She also asked him about the potential of Zohran Mamdani winning this election tomorrow, and he also commented about that.
But what if Mamdani becomes mayor?
It's going to be hard for me as the president to give a lot of money to New York because if you have a communist running New York, all you're doing is wasting the money you're sending there. So I don't know that he's won, and I'm not a fan of Cuomo one way or the other, but if it's going to be between a bad Democrat and a communist, I'm going to pick the bad Democrat all the time, to be honest with you.
100%.
Yep, totally. Agree with him 100%. Uh-huh.
Yes, yes. I'm actually really, really glad that this election is coming to an end finally tomorrow because I've just had enough. I feel like it's inevitable that he's going to win, and now we just need to see how that's going to work out for New York City.
I mean, I guess we just see, right?
We just have to see.
I don't know.
I mean, we already heard Kathy Hochul basically say he's not going to be able to do anything without my say-so, essentially, when it comes to budget, taxes, all that stuff. So I have no idea how this is going to work. But again, really quickly, if you want to watch the entire unedited version of that interview, it was 73 minutes long. They only showed 27 minutes of it. So obviously heavily edited, heavily edited.
I'm sure we all knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
60 minutes. Yeah.
So speaking of Mamdani, Jon Stewart, I think it was last week, had him on his show and just fawned over him, you guys. Absolutely nauseating. Here's just a tiny little piece of the fawning.
I wish you all the best. Honestly, I think any New Yorker who looks at someone getting an opportunity, who's representing communities that have not been as represented, a Muslim, a young person, a progressive, a democratic socialist. There are so many different communities that are looking to you, and this, I hate to put it on you, as a bit of a Jackie Robinson.
Oh my God.
I know that
I can't.
That probably wields some weight, but man, oh man, what an exciting opportunity.
Thank
and
you.
I wish you the best.
Thank you.
I just can't believe that comparison. Like, what? How can you do that, Jon Stewart? God, I mean, it's just, all the ick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just make out already. Just make out.
Don't give him any ideas.
So gross, It really
and
is.
It gets grosser because actor Mandy Patinkin, who you may know from such things as The Princess Bride, as that really, really good movie, The Doctor with William Hurt. He's been in a whole bunch of stuff. He and his wife are huge supporters of Mamdani, and they decided to do this little campaign ad for him, which was so cringe. I'm not even showing you the whole thing, but just you'll see enough to give you the idea of how cringe it was.
Okay, we've got until Tuesday, and don't take anything for granted. Right?
No, I've never taken you for granted. I'm not taking this for granted. We are going to win this because we have this extraordinary human being who is going to lead our city and eventually, if we're really thinking, our nation and the world to a better, safer, all-inclusive existence. And that's what I love about this guy.
So please head on over to zohranfornyc.com/GOTV. Sign up for a shift, knock on some doors, make some phone calls, and let's win a city.
And don't assume anything. Work until the 8th.
And don't listen to her. Listen to him.
He's Jewish, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well,
I could be wrong. I don't know, actually.
I think
he is.
I think he's Jewish. Yeah. I think
Well,
you get the government you deserve. And in this case, you get the Islamo-commie that you deserve.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And he, Mamdani himself was in an interview talking about how he's basically going to be Trump's biggest nightmare. I don't know. I feel like it's bigger than that. Here's what he said.
My administration would be Donald Trump's worst nightmare.
It's going to be the country's worst nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
You're not saying that in the way that I think you mean to say it.
Well, I mean, I think I've said this before, but like, there's a part of me that's like, okay, New York, you're going to get what you deserve. But I fear that this is a cancer that's going to spread.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I worry about because liberals are so stupid with this shit.
Oh my God, they buy
They
everything.
really are.
They buy all the snake oil. They buy it all.
Yeah, they do. They're just like, and under the guise of, we're so benevolent and we love coming together and we're so tolerant of one another and we love diversity. It's diversity. It's our strength. This guy it's all tequila. It's all like a big sham. He is such a snake. He is a snake oil salesman.
Mm-hmm.
It's an act. He's an actor. He's never held a real job. I mean,
He's got like 7 different accents depending on the audience.
My God, it's like these are all the people that would get in the car with Ted Bundy. All of them.
So true. So true. We've mentioned before that this coming Wednesday, Erika Kirk, the Erika Kirk interview with Jesse Waters is going to air on Jesse's show on Wednesday night. And a couple more clips from that have been released. The first one is about the fact that apparently the defense team of Tyler Robinson, who is the alleged shooter of Charlie Kirk, they have asked for the proceedings in the courtroom to not be on camera, which is a whole big bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
It should
totally.
absolutely be televised. So she was asked for her opinion about that. And here is what she said.
The defense wants to ban cameras in the courtroom. How do you feel about that?
There were cameras all over my husband when he was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
There have been cameras all over my friends and family mourning. There have been cameras all over me, analyzing my every move, analyzing my every smile, my every tear. We deserve to have cameras in there.
Yep.
Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. Let everyone see what true evil is. This is something that could impact a generation and generations to come.
She's 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they not want to? That makes me kind of go,
I don't like it. I don't like it. That there should be more transparency for sure.
Absolutely.
She also, I don't know why Jesse did this to her, but he was like, I want you to watch this video of your husband. And she absolutely broke down. And here's that moment.
I want to show you a video of Charlie talking about TPUSA.
Okay.
Well, you're about to embark on something that is much bigger than yourself. So check your ego at the door.
Oh, he looks so good. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second. It's the longest video I've watched of him. Just give me a second.
Charlie was on a mission to save Western civilization. Mm-hmm. Did you know that's what you signed up for?
Well, no, I didn't sign up for anything. I just married the love of my life.
That's it. That's all she was trying to do.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I can't wait to watch that whole thing. I mean, even though it's going to be sad.
Some of the comments, man, here are saying that she's acting like central casting and it's a fake cry. Like, F off.
Oh my God.
I can't. I get so tired of that crap. Really? Has
Well,
that ever happened?
And still with the JD hug, people are insisting that they're having an affair, that JD's going to end up marrying her. I mean, it's all bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
It's just so stupid. Like, I hope that you've never lost anybody that, is super important to you, that you love so dearly, because, and I hope that people have given you grace when you have to go through the grieving process, because everybody grieves differently.
Publicly.
Yeah. And that a spotlight hasn't been put on your face when you have to grieve. Can you imagine?
I can. A little bit on a smaller scale.
I know you can on a smaller scale. And that's the thing. Like, people just need to give other people grace. Everybody is different.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
You guys, you need to be protected on the internet. And if you're not, you need to be protected by the people that the biggest IT companies use to protect themselves, and that's Webroot.
Yes. Weak passwords, phishing, scams, identity theft. It happens all the time. It could happen to you. It can happen to your elderly parents. It can happen to your kids. That's why Webroot is a necessity. It's an all-in-one plan for individuals. You can get one identity up to 5 devices, or families up to 10 identities and 10 devices. There's antivirus. There's stuff that blocks like malware and ransomware and phishing scams. That's what I'm most afraid of, because sometimes I'll click on stuff and I'm like, oh crap. I'm afraid of like all the malware and stuff because I'm such an idiot when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm serious.
You're like, I'm going to click on all the links.
Like, I'm going to click the things. Blah. I mean, it's seriously. But like, if I do that, imagine like who else could be doing that? You know what I mean? Like my mom, my kid. So you can protect all sorts of devices, you guys, like with antivirus, firewall, threat shielding, no interruptions. It's a really awesome. Webroot is the best. It's what the professionals use. And so you should really, really think about using them and take your cybersecurity seriously. It's like insurance online. Everybody should have it. Get 60% off Webroot Total Protection at webroot.com/chicks. That's 60. It's a lot, but only through Webroot. Webroot.com/chicks. Do it.
Okay, so Gavin Newsom recently was in an interview where he was asked about his what's the word? He didn't do something. So he neglected during Joe Biden's candidacy to say anything about his mental acuity. He was one of the many Democrats who were just like part of the cover up. And so he was asked about that recently, and he wants you to know that he still holds on to his truth.
Did you legitimately believe that he was capable of serving as president until January of 2029?
Yeah, I think my focus was frankly situational. It was making sure Donald Trump didn't get back into office to experience everything that we're experiencing today. And there was no interaction I had that suggested otherwise.
What do you say to Americans who feel misled by you and other top Democrats
in what respect? He decided to step
about
down.
The mental acuity of President Biden, that they wish you'd sounded the alarm sooner to give way for an open convention?
I'm not going to substitute myself for someone else or for popular opinion. I'm going to express my relationship to my truth with the former president of the United States.
Yes, I mean, he's such a man of integrity. We always, when you think of integrity, you think of Gavin Newsom, you guys.
Right?
Right.
Which is why this next little clip, spoken almost in the same breath, was so breathtaking.
Nothing I dislike more than the politician that sits there and lies to you. And we all just sit there rolling our eyes going, give me a break.
Are you serious? That was a lie.
He said that for real. He said that
like
for real.
He lied when he said that. God, I wish lying actually hurt. I wish it hurt in real time. We could see it hurt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like a voodoo doll. I wish it hurt them. And like you could just, when they did it, you could just see them go, oh God, ow. And it hurt. God, he would constantly be in pain, that guy. And I would enjoy it.
What a creep, man.
Oh
what a creep.
I just cannot believe he said that.
I know. And then through, this AutoPen investigation, now we've been seeing, and we've played some of the clips of some of these participants in the whole cover up being under oath and getting deposed for the investigation. KJP's tapes are out, and it's unbelievable, like how much they continue to lie under oath. She was specifically asked about the cheap fakes. You remember that? Remember when she was like, these are all fake, manipulated videos.
And
it was
the media
such
ran with it.
Nonsense.
Yep.
Now she's trying to say that term came from the media and she ran with it. That's how she's positioning this entire thing.
Okay.
When you use the term cheap fakes, was that choice of words in the moment, or was that something that had been prepared ahead of time as a talking point?
It was prepared.
Did you or did anyone ever verify if the videos you were talking about were in fact cheap fakes?
I believe so.
What is a cheap fake? I really don't know.
It was something that we did not coin. It was something that the media coined. They did the work. They did the legwork on coming up with that terminology, and so we were just elevating essentially what the media was saying, what the press was saying.
So do you know what it is?
I mean, it basically is laid out with how you defined it with what President Biden was actually doing, and it took away from what he was actually doing or created an illusion of something that just did not exist.
Were all clips circulated on social media or otherwise showing President Biden being confused or freezing at times, were those all fakes?
I can't speak to everything that was on social media.
Sure, but there were instances where videos were circulated of President Biden appearing confused or freezing for a moment that were real, correct?
Not that I recall. What we
God.
were trying to lift up was something that was very, very clear that what they were showing was not actually what was happening.
What a liar.
They all lie. They just lie to your face.
It's unbelievable,
remarkable, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's truly
It really
remarkable.
is.
And then people on the left would be like, "Yes, sir. May I have another?" Yes.
He was totally competent.
He
Completely,
was
100%.
So he was
They
just
said,
brilliant,
so.
brilliant, best president ever. Oh my god.
Do you remember there was this was ages ago when Obama was president, I think, and his senior advisor, also senior advisor to Joe Biden, Anita Dunn, was giving some speech where she had like a huge case of the dry mouth, and she was like doing this weird thing with her tongue, and it was super, super weird and just cringe. Well, apparently that is a problem that she has on the regular, because in her deposition at the very beginning, you're going to see her doing the exact same thing. She's being asked about why the staff around Biden refused to have him take a cognitive exam. So she's trying to explain the rationale for that and doing the crazy mouth thing.
Do you have any knowledge about President Biden's political advisors expressing opinions or offering advice on whether a cognitive exam should be conducted of the president?
As I remember, we had a discussion at the senior advisor level about whether the president should have a cognitive exam that was based purely in the political world on whether we thought it would help address some of the attacks that he was getting.
And what opinions were expressed?
I think that, as I recall, the senior advisors decided that no matter how many tests he took, it would never really quiet the people who were attacking him in an election year on these issues. We did not have any concern about his ability to pass those tests.
The senior advisors didn't think a cognitive exam would help in any way?
We did not think it would help politically, but again, we had no concerns about his ability to pass that test.
Okay, right.
Yeah, he isn't that tardive dyskinesia or whatever that is when they do
she
that
moves her mouth that weird way.
Yeah, isn't that what that is? Like when you get that's when you take like mental health drugs and stuff like that. Am I wrong about that? Maybe I'm wrong.
I have no idea.
Or maybe she's just nervous when she talks because she's a liar.
Or maybe she just had a giant spoonful of peanut butter.
That's
we don't
true.
know.
That's true. Could have been the peanut butter. Yeah.
We do not know. Speaking of horrible people in the Biden administration and before that, John Brennan, I don't know what the venue is for the clip that you're about to see, but he was obviously, on stage being interviewed, and then there was an opportunity for people in the audience to ask questions. And there is some brave soul in the audience who asks him, who goes right for the jugular and says, why did you authorize a fake dossier when it came to the whole, the Trump-Russia collusion thing? And he gets so mad, you guys. Watch.
I think he...
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. We have something before that. So hold that thought, because that is coming. Okay. I just can't read my own writing once again. So now what you're going to see instead, before the John Brennan stuff, which I promise you will see, is Mayor Pete on the All In podcast when he is talking about Trump's methods, tactics of using ICE to clear the streets of criminality. And he gets shut down in the most glorious way. You guys are going to love this.
Tactics of fear. I think chaos is good for him. I think he thrives on chaos. I think when you see images of people getting beaten up, or what he used to call American carnage, like anything that validates that, basically the worse it's a weird thing, but the worse it feels to be in this country, the better off Donald Trump is, whether he's running for president or whether he is president. And sending troops marching into the streets.
Can I just say, as the only immigrant right now on this podcast who immigrated here legally, I feel much safer and better under a Donald Trump presidency than I ever did under a Biden presidency. Just want you to hear it from my mouth for what that's worth.
Right.
Do you feel safer about the fact that a Latino doctor crossing the street in Washington, D.C. Is getting hassled or harassed because they're brown?
I don't think that I've heard that. Now,
okay, so you're not aware of any case in which a U.S. citizen who is
no,
like you're
but I will tell you, for example, after 9/11,
wait, you're on a podcast commenting about immigration. Surely you have some level of awareness.
Let me tell you, after 9/11, for example, for years I had SSS on my boarding passes. I was pulled over constantly, and people probably thought that I was a Muslim hijacker. So I know what it feels like to be harassed. And what I'm telling you categorically is I feel safer in this presidency than I have ever felt. And I'm just letting you know that. It's just my lived experience.
Yeah, take all the seats, chest feeder. I mean, this is the it's so classic when white liberals, these elitist liberals are like, let me tell you how you should feel, immigrant man. Listen, brown man, let me tell you what you should be feeling. Shut up, Pete.
So completely accurate. That is so completely accurate.
I mean, it was so condescending the way he was talking to him. He was like, no, that's not your experience. Let me tell you what your experience really is. God. Don't ruin another city, Pete.
Exactly. And there's another clip of him when they're talking about censorship, because obviously it's a huge deal. All the things that we're finding out about just how much we knew censorship was happening under the Biden administration that we all experienced firsthand during COVID, but also more continues to come out about how that played with Meta. I mean, all of those things are a big deal. And Pete just tries to push it off by saying it's worse under Trump, which is absolutely absurd. So you'll see that clip in a minute. But first, Daisy's going to tell you about Concerned Women Organization, which is phenomenal.
Because we are concerned. We're concerned about our schools. We're concerned about like the culture. We're concerned about anything that's going on in politics, you guys. And a lot of moms and grandmas watching are like, I don't know what to do. You know, like I see things and I want to get involved, but I don't know how to get involved. And so Concerned Women for America, they're a fantastic group. They're a Christian women's organization. They've been around for 45 years. They can show you, tell you, give you templates on how to get involved. They can, when I say templates, they'll give you actual templates on how to talk to your elected officials, for instance. And they also have just, different ways, like they can equip you and mobilize you and getting involved in your community. So you can make an impact just by giving them a donation of $20 or more. You'll get a copy of their book written by CEO and President Penny Nance. It's called A Woman's Guide, 7 Rules for Success in Business and Life. It's a great gift. It's a great book for you to have on your coffee table to read. It's fantastic. And then they'll tell you all about their 7 core issues, which are all things that we believe in. They stand firm on defining what a woman actually is, and then they will train you on becoming a grassroots leader if that's something that you want to do. They'll empower you to speak public policy wise, if that's something that you want to do. Or if you just want to get the book, you can get the book. So donate $20 to receive the book. It's a great gift. It's a fantastic book. concernedwomen.org/chicks. That's concernedwomen.org/chicks.
Do it. All right. So here is the continued conversation with Mayor Pete on the All In podcast. This about censorship.
Do you think that there was censorship under the Biden administration for things like scientific truth? Let's just focus on COVID for a second and the backdoors that it seemed that the Biden administration had to places like Facebook and places like Twitter to just suppress scientific thought and debate, as you just talked about.
So this is an amazing example of some of the false equivalencies that I've seen thrown around out there. So yeah, I would acknowledge, I think a lot of folks would say that, it came really close to the stove some of the times when the administration was trying to make sure that bad information or misinformation wasn't being pushed into the kind of public health conversation, and was engaging social media companies that were trying to be responsible and do the right thing. And there might be moments that they got that wrong or went too far.
Really?
They went a little too far. It was too close to the stove. It was blatant. You piece of crap.
Totally.
My
God. A little too close to the stove. Okay.
Right? And so he tried to use examples about like, the canceling, the Trump canceling of Jimmy Kimmel. That was like his big, look how bad it is under Trump. So Alex Berenson reposted it saying, hey, Pete, as the living edge case that you're talking about, I assure you that the censorship from your administration was far worse and more effective than anything Trump has done. Jimmy Kimmel was off the air for 4 days. I had to sue to get my account reinstated.
Right. But see, they don't understand that because they were on the right side. Remember? They were on the side that wasn't getting shut down. We were on the side that was. So he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. Just like he has no idea what the hell he's talking about with this awesome legal immigrant. So maybe he should take all the seats.
He should take every last one of them. Okay, now for real, the John Brennan clip that I told you about earlier, in which an audience member is going after him, wondering how he can justify his behavior surrounding the fake dossier. And John Brennan does not like this, you guys. He gets very, very angry, and I love it. Behold.
I would like to hear what your justification was for supporting the dossier that was known to be false being used as source material in the second ICA.
I don't know who put you up to this.
Nobody put me up to this, sir. I'm here on my own.
What role you played or who you are, but it's a bunch of bullshit that you just passed on.
Absolutely. The emails are clear, sir. The emails are clear. The emails are clear. The second question.
No, I think we're going to go.
Is the
you can talk about it in the reception.
Russian disinformation.
No, we didn't say that.
Get
your facts straight.
You said it was likely Russian disinformation.
No, we did not. We said
yes,
it.
You did.
No.
In that memo,
read the letter. I'm
ignoring.
ignoring. Okay.
And I just like, I know I'm going to get uninvited.
So uncomfortable.
No,
you're done.
Come on. All right, we're going to go over here.
This is disinformation.
Let's go over here for a question.
Oh my God.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Over here.
What a bunch of sheep in the audience do. Oh,
right?
No. Idiots.
Oh my God. I mean, that guy, you could just see the rage. You know what I mean? He was wanting to punch somebody.
Me. You don't get to question me. Don't you know who I am? Screw you, dude.
That was the energy. That was the vibe for sure. And then I don't know if this is the same event. I don't know if this is the same audience member, but somebody else approached him asking similar questions. And that's when Brennan starts, doing the finger and the chest stuff. Like, it is ugly, man. You guys look.
Why didn't you memo on the Hunter Biden? Why? Because and you misrepresented that. We never said it was disinformation. We said it was Russian influence operations, which is what they do. There's a big difference between influence operations. No, you don't know that. Yes, Comey knew. Comey knew. The literature said it had all
Yeah, my money's on guy in the gray suit. I would have been like,
right?
Fight me, old man. I swear, these people are just insufferable because for so long they were insulated and they were basically told nothing's going to happen to you. Like, you're untouchable. You're right. You're right. Like, we're on this trajectory to just basically they're on a power trip. They're on such an extreme power trip. And then when he's finally questioned about being an asshat, he can't take it.
Can't take it.
Accountability. It's what it is.
He gets so mad, and
he kind of gives me Cheney vibes. Does he give you Dick Cheney
vibes?
Bit.
Yeah, I can see that. Just sort of that grouchy, sort of curmudgeon-y.
Like, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally see it. Totally see it. Okay, we have to talk about JD Vance because he absolutely lit the internet on fire over the weekend with his Halloween costume, which we'll get to momentarily. There is some fear right now. We've talked about this last week, and we'll get into it again later in the show about the groypers, the cultists who follow that incel Nick Fuentes, about how much damage that crazy group of weirdos could cause JD Vance if he does decide to run for president, because they are already threatening to be very anti-JD Vance. But Mark Halperin was on one of Megyn Kelly's tour stops, and they asked their audience, about who they would like to see run in 2028. And it seems like it's unquestionably JD. Take a look.
Let's talk about GOP. Is it JD? Because whenever Trump gets asked this question, he says, yeah, JD, yes, or Marco. He always throws Marco in there, who we love. But is there realistically any way that Marco gets it over JD?
Let's do a survey of the audience. I'm going to ask y'all to vote by show of hands.
If you're uncomfortable voting in front of the others, you can close your eyes as you vote. Raise your hand if you'd like JD Vance to be the nominee. Okay.
Universal.
Raise your hand if you'd like it to be open and someone else can be considered. Okay. Next to no one, right?
I mean, that was
And listen,
unanimous.
if the Groypers don't like it, they can start their own damn party and let Nick Fuentes be their man. And then the Nazis and the white supremacists and the Holocaust deniers can go have their own little party, because I don't want them in our party anyway. They
Same.
can go run along.
Yeah, they cannot take over the GOP. That's
'Cause they're
like
not
the last thing
conservative.
that needs to happen.
They're not. They've even said they're not conservative. So go start your own party of little white supremacist weirdo Nazis. We don't want you in our party. Bye.
And then there was this. So JD Vance posted that his Halloween costume was literally the meme that people use on the left to make fun of him. It was chef's kiss perfection. He's even got the crazy eyes going. Like, it's so perfect. And then from there, so he tweeted that. And then he also tweeted this. Can you hear the screaming? I mean, it's just amazing.
It was awesome.
And then there was a video of him pretending to open the door to trick-or-treaters. Here's what that looked like.
Happy Halloween, kids. And remember, say thank you.
I love it so much. And people are asking who he's supposed to be. There's a meme of him being fat Vance. He's just super fat. And liberals are trying to make fun of him for being fat, which he's not, but they will.
And he retweets it all the time.
Right.
Like
he's self-deprecating, which is a sign of higher emotional intelligence, actually.
For sure.
This is something that the left doesn't do. They never are. Can you imagine Kamala being that self-deprecating?
Oh my God, no way.
Never.
No
it would
way.
never happen. Nobody on the left does this, ever. This is what we do, because we have senses of humor.
It's true. And the White House social media team is the best example of that ever. So apparently, and I'm sure that this is still true, they created a mysafespace page on the official whitehouse.gov website. I think if you go to whitehouse.gov/mysafespace or your safe space, something like that, you get this whole pretend MySpace page that completely just makes fun of the Democrats and how they're handling the shutdown. It is glorious. There are working links in it. Like, they took a lot of time to put this together. It is so good, you guys.
I like
so
Chucky and real Chucky down at the bottom. That's my favorite. Tampon Tim. You guys see that? So great.
So great.
God,
So
Soros.
great. And
Even
then like
Soros, he's there.
Yeah, and the whole sombrero backdrop. It's just, I love them so much. They probably have like the funnest job ever right now.
Yep.
So that was great. And then they had also put together this little video movie montage referencing the shutdown and the Democrats, which was also perfection. Here it is in case
The entire government will be shut down until further notice.
I'm sorry, I just started hearing really loud circus music in my head. What did you say?
How long will they be closed?
Could be forever.
You're out of your mind.
I'm going to make this way harder than it needs to be.
I'm waiting.
Could you be any slower?
It's been 84 years.
The clock is ticking like this.
Let's fucking move. Let's go.
I don't understand why it's so difficult.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Get a hold of yourself.
Hurry it up, Nudge.
What is your problem, pal?
Pull yourself down.
Hurry up, will you?
Get your shit together.
So great.
You know what? They all should be paid more than Congress. On all of them. Every single one of the people on that digital team are awesome.
Just so good.
Yeah, I love
so
them.
good. You know what else is so good for your face is red light therapy. And you can get the best, most pliable, flexible red light mask at boncharge.com/chicks.
That's right. No appointments, no fuss. It's lightweight. You can travel with it. It contours perfectly to your face. You can walk around or you can lay down with it and actually force yourself to like relax, because it does make you relax. It's like the only thing that helps me sleep for like 15 minutes at a time. It's miraculous. Nothing's ever done that before, but it's awesome. It really does brighten your skin. I've noticed that my skin is it's just better. It's like, it's definitely done something to my skin. It's brightened it. It's
Glowy.
easy to use.
It's
Yeah,
more
it's
glowy.
It is. It's very glowy, and it's suitable for all skin types. It's rechargeable. It's backed by a 1-year warranty. It's really great. They also have a toothbrush, you guys. They have the red light toothbrush if you're into like getting your gums red lightified, which is really fantastic, and supporting your gum health. I know that Mock was really into that because she had surgery for her gums. Some people need that, or you may just want to have preventative red light for your gums. So you can check that out too. Go to bondcharge.com/chicks. Use code chicks to save 15%. That's bondcharge.com/chicks. Use code chicks. Do it. Awesome. The best thing. I love it.
Jon Stewart is a disappointment, I think it's safe to say, but he does have some funny comments from time to time. And this one that he made about Chuck Schumer and his glasses made me giggle. I think you'll enjoy it. Take a listen.
What Chuck Schumer's been told is you're losing, and people like your glasses to be higher up on your nose. And so it's what I'm telling you is here's what they're doing with us now. The strategy is authenticity. And suddenly people in Congress are cursing. Oh, and it seems so natural. When Chuck Schumer curses. This is a shitty bill. I'm like,
it's true.
I'm over it all, man. I'm over it all.
Yeah. Well,
I'm over it too.
You shouldn't be comparing Mamdani to Jackie Robinson. Maybe don't do that.
Maybe
we're
don't
over
do that.
We're over that.
So speaking of the shutdown, Markwayne Mullin was on one of the news programs. He's got some scoop, perhaps a little preview of what Democrats have planned in terms of the shutdown, because right now there's still no end in sight. But maybe if what Mark is saying is true, we might be looking at the end of all this nonsense by the end of this week. Crossing fingers, here is what he said.
So now what the Democrats are literally telling us this, they plan on open it back up probably Wednesday or Thursday after the election, after they elect a communist in New York to be the mayor, after the New Jersey's gubernatorial race, after Virginia's governor's race. They're going to come out. They're going to look for an exit ramp because they know they're losing. Shoot, even CNN's polls are showing that this isn't good for them. But they also know they need an exit ramp. So after the election, Kellyanne, they're going to come out, and at that point, they're going to go out there and rail that they're going to take the high road. They're going to try spinning it on President Trump and the Republicans. And after they get done talking their way out of, I don't know, themselves, they're going to eventually open it up probably Thursday, I'd say midday.
I mean, I hope he's right. But like, then what was the freaking point? You know what I mean? What a useless waste of, Democrats are so stupid.
Yep. They're just holding
So
everybody
dumb.
hostage. They don't care about people. They're holding everybody. This is what they do because they just hate Trump so much. That's what it all boils down to is they just hate him.
Absolutely. So on Friday, we spent quite a bit of time talking about Heritage Foundation and the fact that Kevin Roberts, the president of the Heritage Foundation, put out this video, which we played in its entirety on Friday, basically saying we're not canceling Tucker and there's all these people that are sowing division against Tucker. It was a really disappointing statement. And it was so disappointing, in fact, that Nick Fuentes himself responded to it going, thanks. Yay, this is great. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want Nick on your side because he's a psycho. So obviously the backlash was fierce and swift, and it prompted Kevin Roberts then to release another Twitter statement, which I'm going to have you read. It's a two-parter.
Oh,
Here is the first
here we go.
page.
All right. Yesterday, I said that I abhorred views expressed by Nick Fuentes and that the best way to fight anti-Semitic ideas was to challenge them head on. Fuentes replied on X by saying, I don't know what exactly you abhor about my views. Allow me to elaborate because there is plenty to condemn. First, the Heritage Foundation and I denounce the stand against his vicious anti-Semitic ideology, his Holocaust denial, and his relentless conspiracy theories that echoed the darkest chapters of history. We are disgusted by his musings about rape, women, child marriage, and abusing his potential wife. Potential being the key word there. Fuentes made grotesque analogies to try to cast doubt on the murder of 6 million Jews during the Holocaust and has said, I think the Holocaust is exaggerated. I don't hate Hitler. Fuentes called for the death penalty for perfidious Jews and other non-Christians, stating that when we take power, they need to be given the death penalty. Fuentes praised Hitler and in the Tucker interview said he is a Stalin admirer.
Yeah, with very little pushback, I might add.
Right.
Here's the second part.
Fuentes stated that his goal is total Aryan victory and claimed that Black people should be in prison for the most part. This is but a sampling of his vile daily rhetoric. Racism and anti-Semitism are not relics of the past. They have blossomed on the left on university campuses and grown on the right through figures like Fuentes. Nick Fuentes' anti-Semitism is not complicated, ironic, or misunderstood. It is explicit, dangerous, and demands our unified opposition as conservatives. Fuentes knows exactly what he's doing. He is fomenting Jew hatred, and his incitements are not only immoral and unchristian, they risk violence. Our task is to confront and challenge those poisonous ideas at every turn to prevent them from taking America to a very dark place. Join us, not to cancel, but to guide, challenge, and strengthen the conversation, and be confident, as I am, that our best ideas at the heart of Western civilization will prevail. For those, especially young men who are enticed by Fuentes and his acolytes online, there is a better way. I look forward to talking more about this in the days to come. Okay, well then you should have said that to begin with.
Yeah, that would have been good stuff to say in that video.
I mean, because we had a short go out, like I know it went out on all of our platforms. And y'all would not believe the jackholes that are coming out, and they come to our socials and they will be like, $7,000. Oh, you bitches are getting $7,000. Oh, and Hitler was right. These are right wingers. And that is, listen, I know that people are like, you should debate, you should do this. First of all, we've said this a million times. Like this isn't Fight Club. I know that like the youngsters are doing that nowadays to get clicks and they get views and they get money for it. That's what Mock and I are not in that business. Okay. Which is why we're not completely filthy rich, but that's seriously, but we don't do that. And I refuse to debate a person who is essentially a skinhead. I'm not doing it. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go out there and debate somebody who is a Holocaust denier. And that includes Candace Owens. She's a Holocaust denier. I'm not going to do it. It's just not worth my time. It's insane. Not worth it.
So Dana Loesch did a phenomenal job interviewing the Kevin Roberts. And this is what journalism is supposed to look like. She really, really came after him in a way that was fair, but that hopefully actually ended up making him reconsider his initial video because it was just so bad. And she really, really pressed him. The first clip that you're going to see is her saying, who's really sowing division? You know what I mean? Because he accused people like us who simply criticized Tucker and the way that he didn't push back on Nick Fuentes. He criticized us of being the divisive ones. Right. And she pushed him on that, and it was good. Here is an example.
A lot of people feel confusion because they feel as though their criticisms, which seem to be scripturally based, are being maligned as the division that is being sown, or that's what is being described as venomous. And I think a lot of individuals find that hard to reconcile, especially when it's said in defense of someone who would say that they hate Christian Zionists, or they hate people like Mike Huckabee or Ted Cruz because they support Israel as a U.S. ally. Why doesn't that description go both ways?
That description can go both ways. What we're trying to do is eliminate that kind of venom both directions.
Is it venomous to say that you hate Christian Zionists?
Oh, of course it is. I mean, I've been really clear, not just yesterday and today, but my entire career, that and the Heritage certainly has in its entire existence, that those kinds of things are just abhorrent. I said that literally yesterday.
Because Tucker said those things. So that would be, is that not sowing division?
It's certainly not helpful, but it doesn't mean that he ought to be canceled, because if in fact,
that's not the question. It's not whether he should be canceled. Is that sowing division to say things like that?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was good.
We like Dana too. And,
yeah. That was good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. He can't answer that. And no one's asking. We have said this, I don't know how many times, until we're freaking red in the face. No one's asking for anybody to be canceled. We're just asking for these people to be called out. And we're asking for a line to be drawn. What do you accept? What do you stand for? What are your policies, Heritage? You know? And you shouldn't be sitting there going, okay, we are going to platform people who are anti-Semites, Holocaust deniers, and white supremacists, which is essentially what this guy is. And to not push back on that kind of garbage, it's garbage. It's repulsive.
And I think Kevin Roberts is probably a super decent guy. I want to believe that he just really didn't know when he made that video the extent to which Tucker did not push back. He maybe didn't even know that Tucker said that stuff about hating Christian Zionists more than anybody else on the earth. I want to believe that. I don't know if that's true, because I want to believe that he's a decent fellow. There's a lot of conservatives I admire who do believe he's a decent fellow and that this was just a big misstep. I hope that that's true. I think that this interview with Dana probably at least had him thinking real hard. And it's interesting how hypocritical his own view is, which she calls him out on in this next clip, because he's like, of course we should invite Nick Fuentes to be on these huge platforms because we need to engage with the ideas, we need to debate them and show why they're wrong. But then in the next breath, he'll be like, oh, we would never invite him to one of our events. Well, why not? If that's your view, then how do you square that? Like, I don't get it. And here she is calling him out on just that.
Do you consider Fuentes on our side?
It's not on the side of Heritage.
You said that you wouldn't have Nick on if you had a show. You wouldn't have had him on your program. Why?
There's very little common ground. If
we're supposed to have these ideas out in the public square and examine them, why wouldn't you have him on your program?
Oh my God.
Well, I would rather talk about the ideas in a forum at Heritage or some other event. So I'm just saying, from our vantage point at Heritage, two things can be true at once. While on the one hand, we may choose not to have him at an event, other people actually may offer some good conversation in pushing back on what he has to say. I'm just saying that ultimately, if you cancel someone, which is different than not inviting him into your building for an event, that's very different.
It was a weak. It was a weak answer. I think that we need to maybe have. Okay, I say we. They need to maybe find somebody that is not so weak to answer some of these questions, or at least maybe get their shit together behind closed doors before they answer a lot of these questions. Maybe they need to collectively go, how do we really feel about this before we get out in public? I mean,
do I have all the facts? Do I know the whole story before I go and make this video?
That's comms 101. Any organization that has comms. I mean, do they have a comms lead? They have somebody in charge of that saying, okay, this is how we believe. This is what we believe about this. This is how we feel about this. And go. If he's going to be the mouthpiece for the organization, he needs to understand what his views are or what the organization's views are. I don't think he has a good grasp on that because he's kind of flip-flopping a little bit.
He's kind of all over the place. It's true. And one of the things that he's saying is, well, we need to have this healthy exchange of ideas. We need to call out the bad ideas and kind of explain why there's good ones. And her next point is to be like, well, can't we do that without inviting the worst people on the planet to these huge platforms? Here she is.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the idea without having on individuals who have talked about raping women, though?
Yeah.
And killing Jews and, adoring Stalin. I mean, I feel like we can talk about those issues pretty freely and have a discussion without welcoming people with open arms and treating them as though they were equals spiritually or intellectually.
Our tactic at Heritage, for what it's worth, is to bypass the messenger and attempt to be really smart and savvy at reaching the audience. And I think that's a very effective way of doing this. This is what we're going to be trying in the name of truth, in the name of defending our Jewish friends against anti-Semitism. And I think that what we're going to see is that that's going to be very effective. There are some people who are extraordinarily upset about this whole thing on both sides of the aisle. What we're trying to, or both sides of the issue, I should say, what we're trying to do at Heritage is bring all of those thoughtful people, from Jewish friends of mine like Josh Hammer, to my own colleagues at Heritage, to those of us who may not be Christian Zionists, but that doesn't mean, therefore, that we somehow hate Israel and certainly are not a friend of defending people against anti-Semitism.
It's just a lot of words.
It's a whole lot of bullshit words. Yeah, again, with the comms 101, just be very succinct and clear. And if you understand what you believe in, you can be very succinct and very clear. This is not hard. This isn't hard at all. And listen, conservatism, MAGA, whatever you want to call it. I remember a time when conservatism was like, it was pretty cut and dry what you believed. And it wasn't about hating Jews, and it wasn't about white supremacy or being a person that's like, gee, Stalin's awesome and Hitler was right. I mean, listen, we've been doing this a long time, and I don't remember a time except for right now. I'm right now today years old when I'm having to deal with all these freaks in our socials saying garbage like that, claiming to be conservative. No, oh, hell no. You're not conservative. I don't want you near me.
And the problem, of course, is that when Tucker, for example, does one of these like super softball interviews, it ends up elevating the Nick Fuenteses of the world and making them almost seem reasonable, because they're not, he wasn't, I mean, yes, the Stalin comment aside, he wasn't showing his really, really controversial side of himself on that show. Of course he wasn't, because he wants to be seen as mainstream, right? He's trying to get his crazy views mainstreamed. And so final clip with Dana from this, she was asking him, shouldn't there be more pushback than what Tucker did?
So I feel like there's a way to do that without bringing those people in and making them look reasonable by treating these ideas, that are moral failings as somehow equal in the arena of ideas. And I think that when that happens, you have to have adequate pushback. Did you think that there was enough pushback done? And what can Heritage do? If we get cut off, we'll have to figure out how to reconnect. But what is Heritage's role in that, in pushing back on those ideas?
We pushed back really strongly when we said that we abhorred what he had to say, and
that was not a strong pushback. That was pathetic. That's the whole problem.
Listen, normal, intelligent conservatives don't want to become the party of Holocaust deniers, and do they want to do that under the guise of free speech? We love free speech. We're all about free speech, but you can already tell that there are people out there, because we see it. We're out on socials all the time. We see it. There are people out there that are like, I don't like that. I don't want any part of that. And so people will distance themselves from conservatism because of these whack jobs. And this is what
I don't get. Like, what is Nick Fuentes' ultimate goal? What he's going to do is help elect Democrats.
Well, I asked the same question about Candace and Tucker, Mock.
Right. No, I completely agree.
What are their goals? And people will come to us all the time and be like, 7,000. Well, who's paying them? I still have yet to see a check. I'm not the one that's living. I'm not the one with a driver and a nanny and like gobs and gobs of wealth. So who's paying them?
It cracks me up too. When the frog people, the Groypers come at us, and some of them will be like, "You've just never listened to a whole Nick Fuentes episode." You're damn right I haven't, and I won't.
I won't.
The clips are plenty, and they will try to then say, "Well, you're taking him out of context. Most of the time, he's joking." I'm sorry, this is not a joke, you guys.
And now they're all in favor of a fat race mixer who's married to a Jeet who named his son Vivek, who was mentored by a Jewish neocon and a gay Fed, Peter Thiel, and the guy's in bed with fucking Israel. And that's your guy? And he wears eyeliner. So Andrew Tate said the Groypers need to go to the gym. Dude, JD Vance needs to go to the gym. He's fat and it's disgusting. People are talking about Groypers. Groypers are brown. Dude, JD Vance's kids are brown. His kids His wife is brown. She's a Jeet.
Your last name is Fuentes.
What the hell?
Who's going to tell him?
He's so disgusting.
Yeah,
and
right?
he's making it a point. Like there's no bones about it. If JD is the guy, and if JD does not fall in line with the Groypers' viewpoint on Israel, then Nick is promising that they will do everything in their power to make sure that he is not elected. But don't take it from me. Listen right here.
And I'm telling you this right now, and you need to be with me on this. You need to raise your right hand right now. If JD Vance condemns the Groypers, if JD Vance signals to the Israel First lobby that he is condemning the America First movement, then we will not vote for him, we will not support him, and as a matter of fact, we will show up in Iowa, and then New Hampshire, and then Nevada and South Carolina to make sure that he never gets the nomination. Now, JD Vance, I'll tell you this. You don't like me, I don't like you. But if you cross that red line, I promise you, I swear to God, I will be there in Iowa with 10,000 Groypers, and we will be at every event. We will be at every event.
So he wants to get Democrats elected, I guess, because there's no other, I don't know how else you look at that.
Yeah. I
You know
mean,
what
people are like, why are you talking about this? Because you're absolutely right. Who said it? This man, he is an issue. He is an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kristen's right. Kristen, you're right. Kristen, he's a total issue. And that's why we're talking about him. Because if he's an issue now, he's going to be an issue in 2028. He's becoming an issue.
Tucker.
And if you, exactly. Thank you, Tucker. Yeah. And if this is the thing, you guys, he's gaining momentum because there are such weak-ass minded people out there who are anti-Semitic and who are white supremacists, who are on the fringe, who are clinging on to this psycho, you know?
And they're trying to claim this America First umbrella, which
bullshit.
I'm sorry, but that's a Trump thing. And Trump is very much on the side of Israel. So you can suck it. That's not, you don't get to claim that. You also don't get to throw the label woke right on us. We're not the ones horseshoeing with the crazy left. It's y'all.
Yeah, there is exactly. They are so far right that they are up there with the left. And so it's happening. That's why we talk about it, because we got to fight it. And you know what? There are not a lot of us fighting it.
No, and they rightly point out, you guys are in the minority, you're losing, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. I don't care about like the numbers. People are like, only, 10,000 people are watching your videos. I don't care.
We don't
What
care.
we care about is telling the truth and not, not sucking up to like crazy Nick Fuentes type people.
We've never cared about that, which is why we are who we are. We've never cared.
And why we are not rich.
Right. Exactly. And that's why I think it's so funny when they're like, you're getting 7,000 for each post. If I did, then we would be rich, you idiots. Show me the paper trail. God, I just can't.
But I'll tell you right now, I will have my eye on JD. Like, I want him to continue to be as loud and forceful against Nick and his ilk. And it needs to stay like it was last June. Last June, JD came out swinging. I think it was last June. He came out swinging against Nick Fuentes. And so this is from like a year and a half ago. I would love to see the same aggressiveness now. I hope we see it.
Nick
but this
Fuentes,
is what
an avowed anti-Semite,
Sure.
went after your wife. He had previously dined at Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump. Does this have any room in your movement, in the MAGA movement?
Of course it doesn't have any room in the MAGA movement. And of course,
you disavow him and this.
And of course, Donald Trump has criticized this person. Look, I think the guy's a total loser. Certainly I disavow him. But if you ask me what I care more about, is it a person attacking me personally, or is it government policy that discriminates based on race? That's what I really worry about.
Which is fine. That's fine. But like, I just hope that he doesn't get beaten down into feeling like, oh, I got to keep these people on my side, because it's not worth it. It's not worth having them on your side.
Right.
It's just not.
Seth
Dillon did a phenomenal job. I think it was on Piers Morgan. I forget, but he was like on a panel with Dave Smith arguing about all of this. And he made a great point about how this isn't about canceling anybody. It's about needing to push back. And the question is, why doesn't Tucker push back as hard against a Nick Fuentes as he does, for example, pestering Ted Cruz about the population of Iran? I mean, the difference is really striking.
It is striking.
And super striking. And so Seth can only come to one conclusion about that. Here he is.
I agree with Dave. Maybe you're surprised that we agree on so much, but I agree with Dave about Tucker having every right to talk to whoever he wants to. I also agree that when you censor people and you try to suppress their voices, in many cases, you only make them louder. I mean, look what happened with the Babylon Bee. I think we're more popular today than ever. We have a bigger following than ever because there were all these efforts to censor and suppress our voice. It backfired pretty spectacularly. Drag the bad ideas out into the sunlight, engage with them, confront them. And this is my criticism of the interview with Nick Fuentes, is that there wasn't confrontation. Nick has said terrible things. Nick has said things like, you know, he wants to, when we get into power, all these atheists and these heretics and these perfidious Jews, they deserve the death penalty. They need to be executed. You know, he's glorified Hitler and said that he's really cool, really effing cool, actually. You know, he's in the conversation with Tucker, he talked about his admiration for Stalin, who's responsible for tens of millions of deaths. And so, you know, to to gloss over all of that, to not challenge it and confront it. Tucker is so good. He was so good when he would have Democrats on, leftists, liberals that he disagreed with. He would mock them. He'd make them look foolish. He would ridicule and refute their ideas. And they stopped coming back because they were so embarrassed because he made them look so foolish. I'd like to see Tucker do that with bad ideas on the right. Why isn't he doing that? The only reasonable conclusion that you can draw for not challenging Nick in more substantive ways is that he doesn't disagree with him.
Right.
Yup. I mean,
it's an astute observation. I'll take it.
Yeah. And Ted Cruz also very unhappy with the Heritage Foundation's take on this. And he talked about this at a recent event, saying, if you don't push back, you're complicit with these ideas.
If you sit there with someone who says Adolf Hitler was very, very cool, and that their mission is to combat and defeat global Jewry, and you say nothing, then you are a coward and you are complicit in that
evil. Yep. 100%.
I mean, I don't agree with Ted Cruz a lot, but I agree with them.
Yeah. I mean, on this, he is absolutely
he's right.
Our friend Ami Kozak, he does like the best impressions of people, you guys, and he did a little parody of the Tucker interview with Nick, and it is spot on. You guys will love this. Behold.
So how did you get fired from that job? What happened?
Well, I said that Jews were parasites and that they were controlling all the halls of power and they need to be fought at every level and that they never could be trusted and they were disgusting vermin. I called some of my colleagues Jew boys. You all need to be fought. You're disgusting parasitic creatures. And that Jews effectively are just this parasitic force in our society that's holding white men back. And I also said how blacks were racially inferior as well, so.
That's it?
Yes. That was it.
Can't understand why that would upset people. I mean, you have all these people, Mike Huckabee, Ted Cruz, John Bolton, George W. Bush, Karl Rove. They're all Christian Zionists. And I know all of them personally, I do, really well. And they're some of the worst people I know. They're some of the worst human beings, actually. They're just horrible and some of the most disgusting human beings on earth. I'm really offended by them. I'm offended by their existence. I really am. And what they've done is so harmful and so damaging. I really believe that.
Yeah, I love Joseph Stalin.
Really?
Big fan.
Nice. We'll circle back to that.
Right. We're going to circle back. Right.
That's how it went. I mean, that is how it went.
We were absolutely disgusting, but Stalin, it's fine. It's really fine. Stalin's great. Right.
He was so perfect. Nicki Minaj, an unexpected supporter of Donald Trump. Donald Trump came out pretty forcefully about Christians being slaughtered in Nigeria.
Oh my God.
And she very much appreciated what he tweeted about it. If you want to read his tweet and then her response, the first part of her response.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern, but that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide, something must be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. Y'all, the videos, I can't. I know.
Oh my God.
Okay, here's Nicki Minaj's response.
You can just read that first line.
Yeah, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. And
I mean, good for
she's
her,
right.
man.
She's absolutely right. I just like the videos of, and I'm sure everybody, we posted it on our Instagram, but everybody saw the video of the mother with the 3 babies and she's holding the babies and it's right before they were murdered. Where are the pundits on this? Where are all the other, they have no problem talking about the genocide in Gaza. Where are all the protesters? Where are the college protesters on this actual genocide? Where are they? Because it's happening. We're seeing videos of women and babies getting murdered because they're Christian. Where are they? Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Because they're Christian, right? And so they're not worth it. But these
no Jews, no news.
But these are right. But these are Christian, quote unquote, pundits, and they're not saying anything. So what's that about?
Yeah. Well, that's how you know that the whole shtick of Candace and others is anti-Semitic, because if they really, if this was a Christian, a caring about Christian thing, you would hear them talk about it.
Yeah,
and you don't.
If Christ is king, then why aren't you talking about this?
Yeah, and we need to talk about that whole phrase too. Joel Berry said, I noticed the America First crowd is not charging Trump with being Nigeria first. So weird, isn't it? It's so weird.
Right.
And we are going to get to that whole Christ is King thing in just a second. But there's Erika Kirk is going to be accepting an award on behalf of Charlie, which I thought this was really, really, really interesting. So this is going to be the Pillars of Jerusalem Award. And others that are being presented include Douglas Murray, for example. So the Israel War Room said that Charlie Kirk, the founder, will be posthumously honored at the 2025 Christian Media Summit, and that Erika is going to accept that award on his behalf. And so immediately I retweeted it going, I wonder how Candyland is doing right now with this news. Like, that must be making her absolutely crazy.
She's hating it.
Yeah. And she in fact said something like, is this for real? Like, she couldn't believe that it was actually happening. And it started making me wonder, after we saw all the groypers coming at us in our mentions, so many of them, if you look at their bios, it says Christ is King in their bios. So many of them. I mean,
All
it's
of
like
them.
Invariably,
Right.
you see it constantly.
Yeah, and so the same people that will say, Hitler was great. They will have Christ as King in their bio. I'm like, what is even happening, you guys?
So Natalie Denise said, Christ is King in a bio has become the new she, her, he, him, they, them.
Yep.
Both reveal the same spiritual hunger disguised as certainty. When people lack a grounded identity, they search for belonging in whatever trend promises meaning.
Yep.
For many, Christ is King no longer means what it was meant to declare. It was once a proclamation of surrender and reverence. Now it's a slogan of defiance and division.
That is so
And it
true.
made me so curious about when it started being a thing.
Right.
So I asked Grok about it. I was like, please look at X, the whole history of X, and find me when this became such a popular thing. And it turns out that until Candace said it in that, almost that taunting way that she did to Ben Shapiro initially, there were no instances of it on X.
Of course.
None.
The sheep.
And then after that, it's exploded. Absolutely. Exactly.
Total
exactly.
sheep. These
total
people
sheep.
And they use God to do that. Shame on you. I swear.
Yeah.
And they try, and they do it in a way that is so condescending,
Yeah.
in such an elitist way that they're like, I'm better than you. Christ is King. Oh, you don't believe that what I believe? I'm better than you. I have Christ as King in my bio. I don't give an F. You're a terrible person.
And then, as if she couldn't get worse, I couldn't even believe it. So she's now mad at Scott Presler for recruiting Jews to vote for Republicans in Congress in New Jersey. And so she retweeted this picture saying, "How will Tucker Carlson survive this?" She is disgusting.
What? It's
because I think she thinks that this is somehow like a gotcha. Like Scott Presler is trying to make a statement to Tucker Carlson. He just wants people to vote right.
God, it's okay.
You psycho.
I don't know how Nick Fuentes is going to survive. It's, there's a gay guy recruiting a bunch of Jews. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, head exploding.
Right. Exactly.
How do you even deal with that? Yeah.
So we featured, Seth Dillon, we featured Josh Hammer in our interview last week. You should check that out if you haven't watched that episode yet. It is nice to find like sensible people when it comes to this whole Israel issue. And we found another in Jillian Michaels over the weekend, thanks to a couple of clever and competent audience members who sent us emails saying, "Did you know you got a mention on Jillian Michaels' show?" Which we did not, but we found it because it was pretty early on in the episode. That's the reason for my name today. And here is what she was talking about with Eric Bolling. And she was talking about Tucker and just the absolute sham of an interview he did with Nick Fuentes. And here is what she said.
But Tucker, we've all seen him go after guys like Ted Cruz, and he did nothing. No pushback. And when you see Jordan Peterson warn about the woke right, and then you see guys like Dave Rubin and guys like Brandon Tatum and women like Chicks on the Right start to say like, "Hey guys, you cannot mainstream this. This cannot be normalized." I'm now coming out to say the purple people will not have this. And you are handing this win to the left, and the left are going to be the squad. And I'm so disappointed that the right is doing this. This is my shot across the bow. Do not normalize this behavior. This needs to be isolated, marginalized, and condemned. Period. End of story. I don't believe in deplatforming people. He should have his own show. He should do his own thing, and he can spew his vitriol in the dark crevices of the web. But when mainstream people on the right that are respected and have massive audiences normalize this, I promise you that party will lose in 28, and the ramifications are going to be catastrophic, because I have lived in Gavin Newsom's California, Eric, and it's bad news.
She is spot on.
I know. I just love everything about that.
We're doing our best, Jillian. We're doing what we can. Girl, we're trying. Believe me.
Thank you for the shout out, Jillian. Yes. Very, very much appreciated. All right, let's get to some fun stuff. I don't know why this made me laugh so hard, but somebody said, "None of y'all know what propaganda actually is, do you?" And the response is, "It's when a British person takes a really good look at something."
It's a propaganda. It's a propaganda.
That's a propaganda.
Take a propaganda at it.
I just love that. I love it.
God, it's so great.
Okay, I need you to say the word street. Say it.
Street.
Say it again.
Street.
Okay. You're a normal human being, which I obviously expected.
How else do you pronounce street?
Exactly, right? And so I saw this video and I was like, what is going on with these people? Are they not learning English in school? But this is how some young folks say that word.
How do you say the thing that you drive on? street. How do you say that? Listening. Manager told my coworker that she was saying it weird because she said it like street. He's like, "You're adding an SH. He's like, "It should be street." Now I'm confused because I just realized I've been saying street the whole time. Street, not street. Street. Did you know there's a lot of other words like that too? How do you say the thing that you drink out of that shouldn't be plastic because save the turtles?
Glass.
Straw. Why is it SH? That's correct though, isn't it? He's like, "No, it should be straw.
Wait, everybody's adding H's? Is that what's happening? We're all adding H's where they don't belong. Why is everybody adding H's?
Straw and street. What in the world?
Who's doing this? Stop it. Everybody stop it.
Do you guys know people that do this? This was brand new information to me.
Stop it. But there's no H
is not
there.
Correct.
Why would you add an H where there is none?
I don't know, but it's a problem.
Defies logic.
There's a fellow on Instagram who goes by, I think it's some Mark guy, one of those two. And I am amused by him. There's a couple clips that we'll share. One is about Facebook Marketplace, which I think is a thing that you've used, right?
Oh,
I've never used it.
I use it all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so you will relate, I'm sure, to this
Totally.
in some way. Here he is.
With Marketplace, I've got an air fryer. It's brand new. It's in the box. Retails for 150. I'm asking for 80. Address. What? Address.
So true.
Are you interested?
Yeah. This is accurate.
You want it? What is address?
I'm not gonna tell you
I don't
that.
want to give you my home address, but I can
Right.
meet you in the Walmart parking lot.
Right.
$30. I come now. The lowest I'll go is 60. It's brand new. It works. Is that a question? Yes, it works. It's brand new. The box has never been opened.
Right.
How many times used? Never. It's brand new.
It's spot on, isn't it, Kristen? It's totally spot on.
Address.
That happens to me all the time. Or they ghost you. They completely ghost you. Like you'll have like 15 conversations with them, and then then they're gone. It's like what? we were gonna do this, and then we're not gonna do it anymore. What happened to you?
What is wrong with people?
Okay, all right.
He also did a bit about how companies are all like raising prices and everything's getting worse. And I also just was super amused by this one.
So excited to announce that we are raising the prices on everything while simultaneously lowering the quality. Our commitment to you is to take as much of your money as possible while giving you the worst experience imaginable.
Yes.
And we don't care if you die.
His face. I love it. That's how I feel about Anthropology, the store. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Anthropology.
Yeah.
Have you ever walked into an Anthropology lately? And you just walk
No,
in
I
and
have
you're
not
like,
been lately.
This store is crap. I'm not paying that. Why would I pay this money for this crap? I'm not doing it.
It's so expensive.
It's ridiculous. It's so stupid and elitist, and I hate it. And like all their stuff is basic. It's like, I'm gonna go to Old Navy. Okay, the quality's way better, and I don't have to pay for this ridiculous shirt that is overpriced. I mean, I can't.
It's very
crap.
hippie.
It's overpriced crap.
Super hippie crap.
Overpriced hippie crap.
It's all bohemian hippie nonsense.
Stupid. Stop it with your prices.
Last one, and of course it's animals, and it's specifically animals that copy their owners. It's a nice little montage of animals imitating their owners.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot. I need him. I need him.
Oh my God, twins.
They are twins. Don't smile.
So cute.
The greatest.
I know, it's just so good. So I accidentally forgot to look at Venmo on my phone on Friday, and so I missed some folks.
You're
and
terrible,
I
Mock.
Deeply apologize
What are we going to do?
for
We're
that,
going
but
to
I
beat you
won't
with
today.
wet noodles. What are you doing?
I won't do it again. And so here is some from last week. Colleen W. said, your monthly dose of Arabic translations you didn't ask for. The scared politician who disappeared from that interview
Abu Ghazala
equals father of a dear dad. Her surname does in fact reflect her skittishness. Take my money.
Okay.
So that was interesting.
All right.
Let's see. Colleen W. also said it's Okies, Oklahomans, Oklahomies, Oklahomians, Okies. It's just Okies. Which I did not know that.
That makes sense. From here on out, we're going to use that.
Sharon Pack, and this is of course referring to yesterday, so I feel extra bad about it. She said, this Sunday is International Day of Prayer for the Persecuted Church. Please remember and pray for the people and Christians being killed and persecuted in Sudan and Nigeria. I feel terrible that I missed that.
Oh my God. It's just awful, you guys.
I know. Shannon Spofford said, I just can't. I love everyone here. Mock, prayers for Thomas and his always being your angel. Prayers for you. Thanks to both you and Daisy for keeping us all together and for building this community. Just love.
We love you, so Shannon. Sweet. Thank you.
Let's see. Tammy Grant said, Happy National You Day by all the donuts.
Donuts.
Karen Marisco said, happy birthday to our beautiful daughter-in-law, Brooke. She loves Jesus and her family fearlessly. She homeschools our 5 grandkids to ensure they know God's truths and our country's fitting her. It's fitting. Her birthday is on Chicks on the Right Day. She is a warrior.
I love it.
So
God bless her. She sounds awesome.
Totally. All right. Now you.
Okay. Wendy Rose, happy November. May your families have a blessed and cozy start to the most joyous season. Yes, my Christmas tree is up. Mine too. And I have one in the living room. I need to take pictures. Marcy Perales, good morning, Mock and Daisy. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Happy Monday. Have a great show. Yes, I know you'll be reading this after the show, but the positive thoughts are with you. Much love. Thank you, Marcy. Leanne had a call from Survey Research. Asked opinion on President Trump and if I will vote 1126 in Texas. I trashed John Cornyn enough. Had Paulin laughing?
The pollster maybe?
Had the pollster laughing. Yeah. I never get a call. So that's so cool that you get a call. Good for you.
Jennifer, I never do either.
Thank you for that super sticker. Arnerm, thank you for the review of 60 Minutes from last night. I couldn't watch because I'm so slow. It takes me an hour and a half to watch 60 Minutes. Jose Rodriguez, morning from Texas. The country was busy worrying about sleeper cells when we should have been worried about the takeover of our political system. I'm afraid it might be too late. Sorry to be a downer on this Monday AM. I think you're actually correct about that, Jose. Leah Shalek, I'm embarrassed. Mandy Patinkin is Jewish. His wife swooned over the brave Capitol Police on January 6th. Mandy got on the cattle car all by himself. Robin Dye, Mock, your loss is not on a smaller scale. You lost a child, the worst loss in the world. Your grace and grief is astounding. Praying for you.
Thank you.
She's pretty amazing, isn't she?
I'm
Jennifer, no. Chest Feeder McGee.
Feeder McGee.
Robin Dye. Sorry, I misunderstood. The point was grieving with cameras on you, not the weight of the loss. But Mock's composure is amazing, a gift from God. She truly is a gift from God. I'm pretty lucky. I get to be your best friend.
Stop.
It's true. Marcy, stop it. You're going to make me cry. Don't do that. Marcy Perales. My husband's family immigrated here legally and gained their citizenship the right way. These ICE raids are what we voted for. These illegals need to go. It's true. Do it legally or just don't. Robin Dye. The tongue thing is dentures. My cousin does it. Oh, really? Okay. Well, maybe she does have dentures. She needs to get some water, and
I feel like I've known lots of people with dentures who don't do that.
And there's stuff to keep them stuck in there. I feel like they have stuff for that now. She needs to look into it. She has the money. You pay her enough to get that. Morgan McCoy, I like to say self-defecation over self-deprecation because you're shitting all over yourself. Love y'all.
That's true.
Morgan.
That works.
Ben, Fuentes followers are incels. We don't need them. It's true. It's all a bunch of dudes who are creepy and weird freaks.
You skipped Aaron.
I did? No, it wasn't. No, I didn't see it. It's not there. It's not on mine.
You don't see Aaron Krieger?
I don't. Maybe she's at the end for me. You do, Aaron.
It says, Happy National Chicks on the Right Day to my favorite jerks. Love you chicks so friggin' much and can't wait to party with y'all in April.
Yay. Yeah, maybe she's at the end for me. Brian Brumley, I would pay for a PPV, a pay-per-view cage match between Nick Fuentes and Harry Sisson. The whole world would finally be asking, why are you gay?
And there was another one from him.
Really? I only got one.
It says, sadly, there are women out there who are so damaged that they would actually marry a dude like Fuentes.
Yeah, because they'd be like, it's like women who marry guys in prison, you know?
Yeah.
Same vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer, no. I wonder if the Heritage Foundation guy is having a conflict between his personal views and that of the HF. What's the HF?
Heritage Foundation.
Oh, thank you. He seems like a sketchy person to me. I need people to tell me what the acronym is.
I don't know. I feel like he's okay. And maybe I'm just hoping he's just not, he wasn't 100% in tune with what he was actually commenting about.
I just think he just sucks at comms. Somebody needs to help him. Yeah, I need some coaching. Teresa Parvin, Chicks on the Right Day, is also my anniversary. Happy anniversary. My husband and I are celebrating 13 years of marriage today. Hope you both have an amazing week. Thank you, Teresa. Brian Brumley, they may have Christ is King in their bios, but they definitely don't have Jesus in their hearts. Full stop. Yes, Brian, you are so correct. Leah Shalek celebrated my 31st year living in Israel yesterday. Happy Chicks on the Right Day. Take my shekels ball. Thank you, Leah. Teresa Raimundo. I love Scott Presler. No one has worked harder or longer for any project than him. It's so true. I love both of you two for helping keep us afloat. Thank you, Teresa. Shelley Ethington. Blessed day to all our Chicks family. Remember that the darker the world gets, the brighter Christ shines. So true, Shelley. Paul Sass, longtime listener. First super chat. Love your show. God bless you both and your families. Praying for you and your family, Mock. Paul, that is so lovely. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Did I miss anybody, Mock?
I don't think so. I think we got everybody. Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully,
you guys, thank you so much for bringing it in. We have to run and do an interview this morning. We have a lot of stuff going on this week. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.